Shadowboxing is something that every successful fighter had to learn, simply because it is just the best way to improve your technique. In this video, I showed you 10 shadowboxing drills to improve your boxing very fast. You will notice that every professional boxer includes shadowboxing in their training sessions. For advanced fighters, it's often used as a warm-up or cooldown, which makes it more of a second priority. But for beginners, shadowboxing should always be the first priority. It might seem simple, but it can actually be quite challenging, though it will teach you the most important fundamentals for this sport. Here are the 10 shadowboxing drills that will improve your boxing really fast. These drills are separated into 3 different blocks to make everything easier. We will start with the basics in front of the mirror, then go to the foundations with equipment, and end with the use everything you learned part. In the last part, we will use everything from the other 2 parts, so make sure that you don't miss anything. But before we continue with this video, if you're new to this channel, I am an undefeated amateur boxer in 7 fights. I have 6 wins, 1 draw and 0 losses, so I know what I'm talking about. I dedicated this channel to talk about my passion and to give you everything I know about boxing. And if you want to see more, then subscribe to this channel and join us right now. Basics in front of the mirror. Alright, I will show you what will help you the most when you just start out, and this is literally just your mirror. Your mirror will help you to look at your technique at the same time as you do your shadowboxing. It is perfect to give you a feeling for how to move your body in boxing. For drill number 10, start by standing in front of the mirror. Position your feet shoulder width apart, keeping them parallel to each other with a solid base. From this stance, bring your hands up to your chin and begin slowly practicing a simple 1 to 6 punch combination. This means starting with a jab, followed by a cross, a left hook, a right hook, a left uppercut, and finishing with a right uppercut. Repeat this combination over and over until your movements feel slow and natural. Once you're comfortable, switch things up by starting with your right arm. Begin with a cross, then a jab, followed by a right hook, a left hook, right uppercut, and finally the left uppercut. Throughout the drill, focus on rotating your hips and twisting your feet with each punch. This will help generate power and improve your technique. Let's get to drill number 9. So go on your boxing stance. If you're right-handed, then put your left foot to the front and your right foot to the back. That's the orthodox stance. If you're left-handed, then put your right foot into the front and your left foot to the back. That's the southpaw stance. Put your hands to your chin and look at your guard. You can put your guard to 3 places. You can put them at chin height, cheekbone height and forward height. Look for the most common mistakes. Are your elbows out? Then tuck them in. Are your knees straight? Just bend them slightly. Are your feet messed up? Turn them a little. Avoiding these 3 mistakes is super important when you start with boxing. Foundations with equipment. In this part, I will give you some helpful drills with equipment for your shadowboxing that will help you to improve your technique very fast. All the equipment you need is either affordable on Amazon or easy to create at home with common household items, so you don't need to worry about that you're not able to do a drill. Drill number 8 is tennis ball drill. For this, grab 2 tennis balls, or if you don't have any, simply use 2 pairs of socks. Place one under your chin and the other under your non-punching hand. Begin shadowboxing while keeping both balls in place. Focus on not letting them drop to the ground as you move and throw your punches. This drill is very effective for improving your technique. It helps you to keep your chin down and ensures that you tuck your elbows in when throwing punches. This is the slip rope drill. To set it up, take a string or just one of your hand wraps and attach it to your walls at about shoulder height. This will create the perfect setup for practicing your head movement. Once the slip rope is in place, begin weaving under it as you mimic weaving real punches. Focus on staying low while keeping your guard up. Use your legs to really slip under the rope. Don't just do everything with your upper body. Add punches before and after you weave under the rope. This will help you practice combining head movement with your offensive techniques. Similar to the slip rope drill, this is a slip bag drill. To use it, attach a string with a little weight to the ceiling. I don't got a slip bag, that's why I'm using an old reflex ball set and attach the ball with the string to the ceiling. But you can also take one of your hand wraps again and attach something like your keys to give it a little bit of weight. Once you set it up, you can start slipping from side to side. Make sure that you keep your hands up while doing so. Slip the bag as close as possible, but still far enough that the bag is not hitting you. Then start to throw punches before and after you slip the bag. This will help you in sparring to slip the jab and the cross better. Drill number 5 is perfect for footwork. Start by placing some small plates on the ground. If you don't got little weights like these, you can take a brick or something similar. Put them in a square shape. Now start at the first plate. Alternate with your feet and tap lightly on the plates for a few times. Then pivot on the plate to the opposite side and use in and out footwork while slightly moving to the side. Then alternate with your feet on the next plate until you pivot and repeat the process. Keep doing this for a few rounds before you change the direction. This will help you in sparring to easily pivot and change angles. This is the agility ladder drill. You can order a cheap agility ladder from Amazon or just use some tape to create one on the ground. Start by moving in and out of the ladder while throwing your jab. If you throw 2 punches in a row, make sure that you step twice in sync with each punch into the squares of the ladder. ladder. This is how you can practice the double jab to close the distance between you and your opponent. Experiment with different combinations and always make sure that you step with your punch into the squares of the ladder. You can use the ladder from the inside or you can use it from the outside. When you go this way, you can practice your 1-2. Make sure that the back foot is turning when you throw the cross. When you go from the outside, you can practice the double jab or just a 1-2-3 combination and weave right after the right hook. This drill is perfect for beginners. It will give you a feeling on how to use the footwork while you punch. Use what you learned. Now with the last 3 drills, it's time to bring everything together. You're going to use everything that you learned about your footwork, guard, head movement and punches to integrate everything into a seamless flow. And the best way to do this is with a simple workout, 1 round for each drill. So first of all, download an interval timer like this one, set to 3 rounds of 3 minutes each. That means that every drill will be 3 minutes long. In the first round, just move around while using everything you learned about your footwork from the drills number 5 with the plates on the ground and the drill number 4 with the agility ladder. Stay low and keep your knees slightly bent. Move back and forth from side to side without breaking your form. Focus on pivoting to change angles while you keep your guard up. Make sure that you never cross step. Your feet should always be like this. This will allow you to stay balanced the whole time. In the second round, start to practice weaving and slipping while you move forwards and to the side. Combine that with pivoting and changing angles right after you dodge. Use in and out movements as feints to bait an imaginary opponent into a trap. This is a little advanced movement. See how I'm stepping forward as I would be about to throw a punch. I like to take my guard up a little bit higher than usual when I'm doing this. And make sure that you don't drop your hands, keep your hands up the whole time. And in the last round, use 0.5 to 1 kg dumbbells and start shadowboxing. I don't have such dumbbells, that's why I'm using these 1.25 kg weights. Do everything that you just did in the second round. Move from side to side, back and forth while weaving and slipping. Move in and out to feint, keep your hands up and throw punches every time after you dodge. This can be very difficult at first because this is a little bit more advanced. Give it time and practice the previous drills before you attempt this one. Here's the overview for all the drills. Make sure to take a screenshot and save it for later. Now I'm going to show you how you can use the screenshot. There are only 4 big things when it comes to shadowboxing, and these are your footwork, your guard, your dodging and your punches. For example, you got some problems with your footwork, then take an interval timer set to 3 times 3 minute rounds and just practice either number 5 with the plates on the ground or number 4 with the agility ladder. Then set it to 3 times 3 minute rounds again and bring everything together in the use what you learned part. In here, just do 1 round for each number and really focus on your footwork. You can do the same if you struggle with your guard, your head movement or with your punches. Just by repeating this process, you will improve your boxing really fast. Here you can see the overviews. In here you can see what drill is improving which part of your technique. Never forget, learning boxing might seem intimidating when you just start out, but when you break everything down to the basic 4 things, it will be a lot easier. So make sure to find out what you struggle the most with, whether that's your footwork, your guard, your dodging or your punches, and use the screenshots and the drills in this video to improve your boxing. With that being said, you may struggle with cardio too, because you're always guessing out after the first rounds of sparring or even shadowboxing. That's why I created a whole in-depth cardio guide that will help you to max out your cardio. So join our Discord server right now and get access to the free cardio guide in the free guide channel you can see right here. And always remember, keep your hands up.